I'm fine, but low on.
I'm sorry, it looked like I was actually leaving, but my internet went down.
Really?
Just saying. Yeah, just saying.
A likely story, a likely story.
Just saying.
Likely story. I insult you, you instantly leave. Seems like you're salty.
No, dude, I'm on my phone right now. I cannot join the website. Give me a second.
You're on the website.
That's
Anyway,
some really shitty
we
internet you get there.
traveled to find a castle that moving.
Wait, Marduk might actually die in this session? What the fuck?
What?
Eclipse, we're starting.
What do you mean Marduk might actually die this session?
He's still down and there's an enemy over there that looks like Sirius Snape for some reason.
Did you even watch the fucking episode?
Okay, here's what.
No.
Luke, you're going to continue with your recap. Eclipse, you're being muted.
Nah, I'll shut up.
Alright, we were on searching basically Garth, everyone's favorite character in this D&D. That was just actually kind of boring. He has no only person with no magic, but everyone's favorite person nonetheless. He was stone. We set out to a castle in that's moving because the guy in there is supposedly really good at making people on stone. And then there was this new retard that came with us called Mormon or whatever. And then we set out. He found a murder scene. We found a little girl on the murder scene. We wanted to protect the little girl and bring her back to the city. But then we got attacked by a guy with a bazillion, what was it? Wargs. And then we almost all died. But we ended up winning, and the guy's unconscious on the floor, and we're about to time
Have some
up
fun with
and loot
him.
him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, as Toriel manages to revive Tiffany and Garth, look around the battlefield.
Garth? I managed to revive Garth? Hell yeah!
Murdoch.
Screw Murdoch.
Everyone kind of, those who are unconscious, kind of foggily come to consciousness, and Toriel begins to tie up said gentleman who's unconscious on the floor with his blade lying to his side.
Which we take away.
Yes.
Alright, take it, Lise.
What are you doing to it?
I'm putting in the backpack.
You put it in a bag of holding.
Backpack?
Backpack.
Chen, I'll be back in a bit, okay?
Okay.
Sorry.
Actually, we could have. Do we even have space anywhere? Because I'd love to put it in a bag of holding. Because then
Drop it to your leg.
he couldn't get to it. But then again.
Drop it to your leg.
What? Drop it to my leg?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
I mean, I'll also have to sleep one night with it, so I know what it does, right?
Hold up.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of things happening and someone's also messaging me. Alright, so you pick up this sword off the floor.
Yeah.
It's really strange looking. Most blades you've seen have a single... most swords you've seen have a single blade. This appears to have 2, maybe 3 strips of metal that make up the blade itself. It's bolted together on both sides, and round 2 of the smoother looking sides of this sword, there's this strange blackish, reddish growth which seems to weave itself around the sword. The opposite side of the sword is a single piece of steel which is jagged at the top. It looks as if it was kind of broken, and then each of those broken parts of metal was filed into sharp teeth, so to speak. The growth that covers up the other side of the sword extends down to the hilt, which appears to be covered in seeming dragon scales, which arc out into this reddish cones which kind of snake around the hilt. and as you grab it, the hilt of the sword kind of like closes itself around your hand as if it's kind of like grabbing back.
What the fuck? Okay. Can I? Nah, never mind. That'd be too dumb.
You can try anything, man.
I want to say, can I cut the guy with his own sword non-lethally?
I mean, yeah, he's already unconscious at this point.
Yeah,
You
so I
think-
can't, right?
You can cut him if you want and draw some blood.
I don't think Thoril would do that.
Yeah, me neither. So no, we're no.
Okay.
So what will we be doing? Do we wanna? How far away? How many days travel are we still away from?
The sword is still in your hand, by the way.
Can I let it go?
You let it go, it releases its grasp and falls to the floor.
Can I put it in the backpack?
Yeah. You pick it back up. This time it kind of closes harder around your hand. You hear a voice in your head. Are you my wielder?
What?
Yes, yes, say fucking yes.
Yeah, sure.
Very well.
You were talking sword? What? Hello?
Is that what you say to me?
Yeah,
Oh, you were talking. What did you say? Sorry, I missed it.
I said, are you talking sword?
It appears that way, doesn't it?
Cool. Do you know anything about your previous holder?
I know he was slain.
Well, technically, is that all you know? Anyway, go talk. And I put it in my backpack.
Yeah, it goes in the backpack. Well, I say it goes on your back. It's way too big to.
Oh, yeah,
backpack.
sure. So how far away are we from a city? From the city, from Yanwei?
At this point, probably a full day's travel.
Mm,
You traveled a full day to get to about where you are now.
I don't like it.
You're not muted anymore, by the way, Murdoch.
I know.
So I guess we just take the unconscious guy, we walk a while and back to city. This is maybe half an hour, and then I don't know, until we find some trees or something.
Let's go. Actually, walking back up the road towards Yanwei. Anyone else following?
Yeah, and I take the guy with me, right? You didn't overhear that?
Yeah, and you sling him over your shoulder. It's relatively. He's lighter than he looks. Marduk is at 5 HP, I believe. Toriel healed him for 5 points.
No, I healed everyone for 10 points.
10 points. 10 points.
All right. How many? I'll like write
You're
it down.
also
Give me a second.
missing 2 first level spell slots.
Okay.
My
One-
character sheet says I'm at full health because he never fucking saves. Good times.
Sorry, Luke. What? Third? 2?
1.
1?
You're missing 1 third spell.
All right. Up to date.
Cool, yeah. So, Toriel slings this guy over the shoulder, kind of kicks a few bodies of the hulking masses of fur, these lifeless wargs, at her feet, makes her way onto the No hit die used.
Okay.
Makes her way back up a path, and everyone else begins to follow him, kind of walking around corpses of
Is the little girl unconscious or
corpses.
nah?
The little girl is kind of conscious, and she's a little dazed. She has managed to get to her feet, and Tiffany kind of grabs her hand and begins to lead her down the path after you.
But she loves me now, right? Because I saved her life. Yeah, so we just keep walking for about an hour, and then till we find some trees.
Okay. At this
And you
point,
don't even care about Mormon. Few asks.
Mate, they're still. We're gonna commemorate him, but right now we're. What do you want to go back for his body? 10 more
You don't
wards?
know if he is dead yet. You don't know anything. You just left him. That's the last thing you know about him.
so
We're very sure he's dead, and also going back would be really dumb, because none of us are up for the task of fighting more.
as you guys make your way down the path, you walk for another 2 to 3 hours. You do notice the moon is beginning to crest its way into the sky. You kind of leave the clustering of trees as where you were, the direction you were traveling. The trees were getting like more and more dense as time's going on. Now you're heading back towards Yanwei. They appear to be thinning out. You walk for about 2 hours and you find an opening in a field off to the left side of the path. The right side appears to be kind of rocky, rolling hills, kind of approaching the mountain.
Well, I wanted to tie him to a tree, and gag him, because I don't know, just a random assumption, but maybe with his voice he can call wargs, because he's some special skill, and I don't want that happen while we're all asleep.
Or you're just into kinky stuff.
Or both!
So yeah, you can make your way back towards a few of the trees. There are a few trees on the edge of this clearing. It's like the trees haven't completely dispersed.
Yeah, so can I do that?
Yeah, you tie him onto the tree. Relatively tight knot. You secure it. Make sure he's definitely locked up against it. You put a few rungs of rope for his mouth. A bit of drool drips out the side. As you do, his head hangs a little limp.
And then we...
While doing this, you do get a closer look at his face. As I said before, he looks like he was a relatively handsome gentleman. However, he does now have a scar over his right eye, like a deep cut scar. And if you kind of imagine a handlebar mustache, but from the top of that line down his face, like all the skin has just been like torn off.
And it turns out it's actually Chris' new character.
Would be funny, but no.
Yeah, and it's kind of like scarred over and beginning to sort of grow back, but you can see like the outlines of his jaw and his teeth, like through this fleshy mass that's at the bottom of his face.
Okay, I guess we just want to set up camp, eh?
Oh yeah. So camp. What you doing, Murdoch? Well, this is why you setting up camp as well.
Yes.
As much as we can, because we don't have any bed stuff with us.
Right. Armor off, armor on.
Armor off.
Armor comes off. It takes about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes or so. No, your heavy armor takes about an hour to get your armor off.
What?
Do I still have all my stuff, by the way?
I might be mistaken in that tutorial. Let me double check. But
Except like bedrolls. I think you have everything.
yeah, you've got everything except the things you'd use for sleeping and setting up camp. So none of you have any culinary stuff left, if you've got any of that, and none of you have any bedrolls.
Culinary stuff? Do just rations count as culinary stuff?
No, you still have your rations
Yeah.
and such. Oh, actually, I think most people would be out of rations, or getting very low on rations at least, just from the distance it took you to get from Yanwei to
Okay.
Esther. But you've got enough rations to kind of eat something now as you guys actually do manage to take a decent rest, you all begin to nod off on makeshift beds made from pulled up bits of like weeds and stuffing your cloaks under your heads the best you can to kind of form a pillow, some you sleep on your backpacks and such.
Can we do it in a way where, you know, for the first 4 hours we all sleep, and then Tiffany's in her trance majigger, and then she watch as soon as she's rested. She for the rest of the 4 hours she has a watch.
You want to take watches?
Or we could do that, but then we had to basically just have 12 hours.
Who's taking first watch?
I'll take first.
Okay.
Yeah, then Tiffany, because she's already rested at that point, and I'd say Toriel at the end.
Alright. As everyone drifts off to sleep, Murdoch, you sit up relatively close. You get a good look at this guy tied to the tree. Go ahead and make me a perception check while just standing vigil over the rest of your friends.
That's 12.
12?
Yeah.
It's relatively uneventful. You see a few, because from where you guys are, it's not insanely far off the path, but it's far enough to not kind of warrant any attention from anybody moving down it. You notice a few carts here and there go up and down, a couple of them escorted by guards and such.
Legion?
No, just it's like merchant travelers and such, and like sellswords escorting them.
Cool.
You don't really see any Legion activity. Like there's the occasional patrol goes past, but you only gather that's just from its like how close you are to Yanwei that there would be some kind of
Patrol.
state patrol force watching over this area. But yeah, it's relatively uneventful as it comes to the end of your watch.
Chen, can you describe where we at the moment?
You're about the majority of the day's travel south of Yanwei. It's relatively open plain area, grassy fields, rolling hills. On the opposite side of the road from where you guys are taking a rest, the hills are a lot steeper, a lot more craggy, and they seem to be leading up to the mountain.
Chris, can you take over Toriel for 5 minutes?
On the
that's right.
Thanks.
the direction you guys came, there appears to be trees which cluster the further on down that side of the road you get. It's this relatively pleasant area.
What color are the leaves? Like, what seasons are they in? Just Murdoch is wondering.
There are no leaves on the trees.
They're all like, dead?
Most of the trees are either dying or losing the last of their leaves. So
it's kind of like desert, but greenish ground.
you get the sense it's getting towards the end of the year.
Thank you.
We haven't got. That's all. Alright.
But yeah, as it comes to the end of your rest, relatively uneventful. Tiffany is taking next watch. So as you drift off to sleep, I will roll for her. Natural 20. She sees time itself now. It's pretty much the same as what you saw. There's nothing too eventful that's happening at the moment. You guys picked a very good spot to take a rest. Seeming as Chris's character isn't actually here yet, and Tiffany's not here, Toriel's gone. Give me one moment while I just grab something.
Fine. I'll wait.
Alright.
Murdoch is having a bad dream.
Oh no.
Who's this possessed Toriel?
Well, it's me. Luke said I should take over for real.
Ah,
As long
okay.
as he isn't here. I'm playing the sword.
Holy shit!
No, I'm joking, but that would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Oh, that would be awesome. I don't know how you can do that, but that would be freaking awesome. Like a magical object. Oh, I should put that in the animation. I'm gonna use like a ghost. I'm thinking for Marduk, because he has like demon connection. There will be always a demon floating overhead, kind of like a ghostly form or something that always gives suggestion and drive him nuts, and that will be Chenpul, basically.
Ooh.
That's your backstory now?
No.
He allies himself with a demon called Chenpu, or violence.
Oh, that's the demon you made a pact with.
Exactly.
No, nobody else can hear or see him, but you're gonna notice like Marduk is talking to himself.
Let's not give away what they will notice. Let's make them notice it over time.
Yeah, okay.
You like
Fine.
secrets, do you, Jen? You do like secrets, do you?
It's not secrets. It's a lot more interesting if you.
Yeah,
come
it's
to the
more
session
fun.
and someone, you know what I mean? If I tell you everything about my character and then we start playing, it's just like, oh, there's Garth's character. Why don't you do that thing you told me about? As opposed to, okay, now you've met this new character. I wonder what things that character can do, and over time you'll like get to see all this cool shit that they actually display.
Well, can I at least write it down for you, Chen, just now, so you get the idea?
Sure. I don't know if I'll read it just now, but go
Yeah,
for it.
because I might use it this session. It's just so you know.
So as Tiffany's watch ends, again relatively uneventful, you guys come to consciousness and you begin to hear this muffled kind of
Hey, it's Mormon. He's back.
kind of coming from the gentleman you've tied up by the side of the tree.
Will you shut up? I'm trying to sleep.
So, I had an 8-hour sleep. Am I fully rested?
Everyone's fully rested, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, sweet. So I have all my stuff back?
Yay!
Then it should be about morning right now, I guess, kinda.
Wait, that means Toril didn't even have to take a watch?
No,
How is Marduk fully rested then?
don't worry about it.
They just are okay.
I'm
Take the
confused. Anyway.
Take the fucking gifts and the presents that you have shoving down
don't
your
worry
throat.
about it. I'm just confused. I just had to state my confusion. Well, I guess I'll put my arm on.
Okay.
Takes about half the day.
Toril takes a point of narcissism damage.
So how long you looked it up and you never came back to me? How long does it take to put the armor on enough?
It will take as long as I tell you it will take. So let's get on with our day as you put on your armor.
Alright. Well, do I know what the sword does now?
Did you actually investigate it?
You were sleeping. You weren't checking out the sword.
Didn't you say we just had to sleep with the sword for a night or something like that?
You got to take a short rest, actually examining the sword.
Oh,
and,
okay.
You know, doing what
Yeah,
you
that
want, just
makes-
going to sleep
okay,
and
sure.
wake up.
Sure. I guess we gonna go over to Tied Up Bitch.
Ah!
Told ya, kinky stuff.
Now I'm sure he's tied to the tree in a way where I can.
Ah!
Yeah, shut up.
Ah!
In a way that I can tie him loose without tying him loose, just from the tree.
Ah!
Good So I'll do that, and then I glub more my shoulder again, and I guess I'll before I do.
You're leaving his mouth tied and you're untying him from a tree.
I'm untying him from the tree first. And, you know, I'm pretty sure I tie him in a way that I can untie him from the tree without him untying him completely. That makes sense.
Well, the second you loosen those ropes, he's free to go, essentially.
Really? That makes
Well, why would
no
you?
sense.
Why would you give him so much options? Come on, let him be restrained.
No, I'm just saying, you tied him to the tree, you didn't tie his hands around the back of the tree. And even if you did tie his hands around the back of the tree, there'd be a point where he would just be conscious and not tied to the tree.
Yeah, but here's how I want. You tied him up, you know, hands behind his back, legs together, whatever the fuck, and then you tie him also to the tree, so you can untie him from the tree, but he's still tied up.
But you did not specify that.
Yeah, you're gonna need specific if you want to do advanced shit like that, man. Come on.
Alright, sorry. I just thought that would
Yeah,
be
that's
logical thing to
advantage.
do, but okay,
Sorry,
sorry.
we're not masters of the kink, you know.
Fine! Fine, I thought
experts.
everyone... I'll just ungag him.
You gang and he spits at you. Release me!
Why?
Or what?
Yeah, or what?
This kind of scowl covers his face.
How tall is he? Is he taller than Toriel?
We're dead.
He's pretty tall for a human, but actually, yeah, he's a bit shorter than Toriel.
Bigger, shorter? Ah, so he's bigger than Marduk, isn't he?
The way I'm seeing this is that he's tied sitting to the floor at the moment, so you wouldn't even be able to get a good enough look at it.
Fair enough.
Alright, let's have question time. What's a good question?
Wario, why did you attack us?
Yeah. Who are you and why did you
Just
attack
for
us and the
starter.
little girl?
I have an answer to you.
Can I intimidate him?
What do you do to try and intimidate him?
I have a pretty big hammer.
What are you doing with that pretty big hammer?
He's tied down, so
Can I just, you know, I'll let you. You just told me basically he's tied up sitting, right?
Essentially, yeah.
What if I just drop the hammer, just face down with the hilt pointing up, the hammer part pointing down, just downwards on his lap,
Welcome
or
back.
his knees, or whatever sitting way you imagined this.
So you drop it between his legs or near his legs.
Essentially,
Alright,
on
go
his
ahead,
legs.
make- On his legs.
Well, I don't drop it that it would, you know, break a leg, but just that it would hurt a bit.
well,
Oh, you
are you
don't
sure
want
that would be
evil.
actually a clever idea?
Okay, so you drop your hammer.
Let
on
him
his
run
leg.
with the
It's-
broken
it's-
leg, man.
It's
Be a bit
saps,
cruel.
it's saps. You're not even here right now.
I mean, I wouldn't just break his leg for no reason.
So you drop a hammer in his leg. It kind of hits.
Actors.
You can see him kind of grimace as it does. It bounces off. Go ahead and roll me intimidation.
I shall certainly try and roll for intimidation.
I would at least give her advantage for actually, you know, being in a position of power over him. She could
21.
just do at this poor soul whatever she wanted.
I would as well if I didn't know anything about this character.
Alright, anyway, 21.
So it's just dead inside.
21?
Giving
21.
a shit about.
23 on his insight. He takes the hit and he just looks at you. His scowl deepens.
I think you should actually hurt him, man.
But
Just to make
that's
it
not
worse.
Toriel!
Hello. Pause, why? Exactly.
We're about to interrogate shitface who attacked you.
Can I make a perception check on this guy?
Chop off his fingers so he cannot grab anyone.
Sure. You looking for anything?
If I was a cruel character, I'd know loads of shit to inconvenience him. But I'm not that character.
I'm not the cat.
I'm not my next character yet.
Go ahead, Marduk. What kind of things are you looking for?
How do I say this? Just anything out of the ordinary.
Other than his atrocious face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 9.
9. His robes look quite tattered. But from the way he's kind of wriggling about and Toriel sort of standing over him, it's hard to get a good look at his entire form.
Marduk says nothing.
I want to kneel down.
Man, you're so passive for actually wanting this guy to spit out any information.
I want to kneel down in front of his face as close as possible and then just poke his face. Say, what happened to your face?
Ooh.
That's rude.
Yeah, well, too
Can you
bad.
make a dex saving throw?
Are you kidding me? Oh, he wants to bite me, duh. Hang on, yeah, dexterity's not too high, is it? Four.
4?
Come on, Dave, show me your cruel.
He rolls a natural 9 in the
Side.
stack roll, man.
So,
He chomps into your finger. Like the second it even goes close to his face, he just bites into it. He draws a bit of blood. He deals 4 points of piercing damage.
can I yank it out?
What's your reaction, Toriel, please?
Oh,
Ow! Rude!
Feminine I've ever heard you. Ow! How rude!
Well, I'm trying, okay? She is a female. Well, I guess I'll just wrap my other hand around his
Slap him.
jaw and just yank it open.
Strength check.
Ah, that's not the right button. That's the right button.
I just sit on him. Just crush him to death.
17.
Yeah, you yank his jaw open. It extends a lot further than you'd expect. And you see that like scarred, fleshy outline of the bottom part of his facial features kind of stretch open.
Now back to my question. As I wipe the blood off, not impressed.
He spits what blood he has in you, in his mouth, at you.
Possessed Thoriel, what the fuck?
I said, release me.
You know, we could leave you here
Very tall.
for the
Tall
works.
lady.
He smiles. Yes, do that.
Or I'll ask someone who won't be as nice as
Or Marduk just says, you know, we can just kill him.
That's hiccup.
Marduk kind of like put out his hand and charges it with electricity.
He rolls his eyes back and he's like, he leans back up against the tree and he kind of looks towards the sky. I'm bored.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we should kill this guy right now. Just save us the trouble.
Alright, now trust me, this will hurt me far more than it will hurt you.
But I don't know about that.
And then I take my hammer up again, and this time I slam it down with force onto his leg.
Yeah.
oh shit.
Go ahead, roll attack with advantage.
I shield the little girl's eyes.
Oh, and I'll actually be smart, kind of, wouldn't it? 21, 10. So 21, Is that hit?
Roll me some damage.
The tied up guy.
Roll me some damage, man.
Okay, we're gonna roll some damage.
Crushing damage.
Yeah, can I crush his leg with this? With 8 damage?
8 damage. Whack. You hear the like splintering of bone. You pull your hammer back up and you see that you've like pierced the flesh. And there's bits of like blood and ligaments kind of like hanging out of his leg from the hole that you've just left there. Doesn't quite crush his leg, but it's definitely done a significant chunk of damage to him. He just kind of grimaces as hits, and then he returns to normal demeanor. Even though you swear like a slight smile spreads across his what's left of his mouth.
The sweet release from life.
Do you want to die?
The music is changing. It's so emotional.
It's What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? I said let me go.
Well, there's a lot of things wrong
You
with you.
misunderstand. You and I are not friends.
Yeah, if we were, you wouldn't be tied to this tree, and you wouldn't have fought us now, would you?
Yes, and if we were, I'd be answering your goddamn questions.
Eh. Mordok,
Yes.
you wanna take this?
No, I don't really care. Do what you want with them. But how very uncharacteristic of you.
It's a dark world, and I guess at some point one has to adjust.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, let's just let him go. What's the worst that can happen?
Well, he could kill and tear apart another family. Just saying.
Chris, you fucking. No, I'm not that cruel.
Aren't your characters supposed to be intelligent?
My character's supposed to be dumb. But you know, the
Okay. Listen, friend. Listen, unfriend. Sorry. Well, before my dragon crazy friend here hammers your face in, which it's
Please,
not.
just do it now. Save me talking to this idiot.
Yeah, you know, I also think I want to kill myself when I talk to her sometimes as well. She means well, and she's just confused on how to do the right thing sometimes. So
Are you
why won't you tell us who you are, and we might consider actually letting you go if we know you won't attack us again.
He begins to like try and stand up. That's this tree.
Was that
He slips in the dirt though and falls back down to the ground. He's gonna try again. This time he does stand to his feet. He looks around the group of you. You see him now. He's around 6'7", 6'8".
Then what?
Around.
He did. Great is standing now. How threatening.
What's he doing?
He's just looking around.
Well,
You know what? Fine. Knowing, is he like, if we do let him go, Marduk is thinking to himself, um, i- is there like a chance he will attack?
You don't know. Make an insight check.
Insight. Fucking hell, that's a 4.
A natural 1, actually.
No, okay, that's a fail.
He's really hard to read. It's like hard to get a judge of his character.
Fine, you know what? Marduk takes the onyx sword and cuts the rope.
Alright.
But he says, he says, we're not here for trouble, and we're not your enemies.
How are you cutting the rope?
Marduk, I don't think this is probably the dumbest thing we could do.
I don't care. We can kill him if he does anything stupid.
How are you cutting the rope?
Well, he just slashes from behind.
So you go behind the tree and cut the rope.
Yeah.
Alright. He raises his hands to his side and he looks at it. He looks at you, Toriel. And he darts behind the tree. Mara, can you make a strength saving throw? Actually, no, just a strength check. Opposed strength checks.
That's basically my strength modifier with 20, right?
D20 plus your strength modifier, yeah.
That's a 12.
12? You need to be at 13 then.
To cut the rope?
No, to stop him from darting around the tree and taking your sword. So he grabs Marduk's sword and now I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Can I charge him during this?
I say yeah, but this is all in one swift action. So go ahead, just roll me a dexterity. Let me see how fast you react.
Okay.
Is Steve even here? Just so passive.
20.
Dave, say something.
Alright, cool. What do you
I'm
have
really not
for
gonna
your
get
strength
involved.
save?
Why not? Come on, shit's going down. People are about to freaking die. You have the power to interact with them. Something you have, something ahead of me.
I don't know.
He rolled a 7, by the way, so we can speed this up.
Thank you. He puts the blade to Murdoch's throat while you charge at him. Charging him now will just... You just want to charge him, yeah?
Yeah? I mean, I want to attack him with the
Marduk.
hammer, charging him.
Marduk is unconcerned.
With the hammer, because the hammer was on the floor from where you'd slammed it into his feet, his leg even, I'm going to say you can charge him with that 20, but it won't be with the hammer.
Well,
Or
what?
if you're charging him with the hammer, you won't be able to attack him.
Alright, fine, let's just pick up the hammer and step up behind him.
No. The way it kind of happened is he swung around the tree, grabbed the sword from Murdoch's hands, and then spun around Murdoch to hold the sword to his thing. So the sword is now, so Murdoch is now between you, him, but you'd both all be behind the tree, so you kind of run up to him.
I suggest you drop that.
Or what?
We could continue what we started.
I'm sure we could, but your friend would probably die this time.
Would he now?
What do you make you think I care about dying?
He looks at you. Like, he kind of leans forwards and looks at you. Nothing. He turns back to you, Toriel, and smiles.
So it's basically just a nihilistic asshole.
So, what do you suggest we do now?
I suggest you stand right there, and I'm going to leave. He begins to slowly walk backwards, pulling Marlock with him.
You know, if you drop the sword and let Marduk go, you can't just leave on. Why did you think he cut the rope? So you can stay more?
He doesn't answer you.
Well, can I at least know the name of my would-be killer?
He continues to ignore you. He's just kind of like eye locked with Toriel right now as he's slowly backing away.
I'd like to cast command on him.
Sure.
Marduk does the same.
Well,
You
just to
cannot.
take notes, you didn't even get this man to give him his name, and now you want him to actually force your way into his mind. Alright.
Marlock, you can't because you're currently restrained, meaning you can't use your hands to cast spells.
Oh, do I need my hands to cast command? I thought it was a mental thing.
Depends what it is.
Look at the
mental,
spells, man.
verbal.
It says all of this stuff underneath it.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw, and I'll say, what do I say? I say drop
Against. No, what's your DC?
13. I imagine.
$13?
Yeah.
You won't believe me.
What? That he rolled a natural 20?
I'll screenshot it again, man.
You should use the same website as Chen does.
Well, he
Increase
won't
your
allow
chance
me.
for natural 20s for about, well, 20%.
He
You know what I
won't
mean?
allow me.
You guys don't need natural 20s though, man. You guys do well enough as it is.
Well, your enemies need less natural 20s.
Enemies need more natural 20s, man.
This guy only rolled natural 20s.
It's practically impossible to die in 5e, man. If you die in 5e, it's impressive.
We almost died last time.
Yeah, so it was impressive. Anyway, he rolled a natural 20. He resists the effect of the command.
Hmm.
So what? He's just backing up with Mordok?
I love it when I don't get involved if it happens.
You could
I'm
do.
sorry, what?
Just watch the bullshit unfold. I can't just actually watch calmly. He's taking
I
Garth
love
with him,
when I don't
actually.
get involved.
He reaches the edge of the tree line at this point. He throws you forwards, Murdoch, and he darts over to the thing, leaving with your sword.
You happy now, Mordok?
Oh, he's gone, isn't he?
Yeah, well, you could catch up maybe if you try.
I don't really care.
You
Okay.
hooligans done dicking
I wanted
around.
at least beat him unconscious and take him with us and, you know, bring him to justice, but I guess if Mr. Local here says otherwise.
Mr. Local.
He's so local.
So you done having idle banter with the stranger?
Ah, Tiffany, you're a great help as always. Let's get back to Yanwei.
Yeah, Tiffany, in case you didn't understand, that was the guy who almost killed you last time.
Yeah,
They just
I like
let
it when
him
I
go
don't.
away.
It's funny when I don't get involved, shit goes down like badly. But when I do, it's just entertaining to watch.
Okay.
If this guy ever comes back to kill us, Mordok, in my dying breaths, I'll kill you first.
Fine. Marduk is totally emotionless right now.
Okay, no. At this point, Toriel,
Yes.
you take it is 4d6.
What? From what?
You take 10 points of psychic damage.
Why?
You try to use command.
Who knows? You just kind of like this pain just grows in the base, the very base of your brain.
Alright,
Sound
let's
like
just get back to Yanwei.
Chen, did you pick spells for me, or because we
No,
took
you've got whatever spells
And
you
you
want
just
to pick.
abandoned your quest to save the only friend you had.
We bring back the girl to Yanwei, and then we're back on our quest. All right? What you want us to take this little girl on our quest to probably a really dangerous place with us?
I mean, she might be the end boss.
I mean, there's no indication yet that the Walking Fortress would be any dangerous place. Strange, yeah.
No,
I
the
mean-
last moment of this referred character is here, so what he's saying shouldn't influence your decisions at all.
All right. I summon my horse. You know the one.
Okay.
And we ride back to Yanwei.
Oh, we have horses?
No.
No, everyone else's horses died, so who's we? You've got Tiffany, Murdoch, a little girl, and yourself.
Don't 3 people have space in that?
No. 2 maximum.
And the girl.
Chen, how long does fly last?
Up to an hour.
How
Why
long
don't you two let
till
me go,
we
Toriel?
get to Yanwei if I'm flying?
How many spell slots do you have?
Just how mathematically.
For fly, 2,
No, what level spell slot is fly?
3.
Third, so you've got 1/3 and 1/4. Oh no, 2/3 and 1/4.
Yeah.
So you've got 3. Yes, so you've got 3 hours worth of flying. Oh no, it's up to 10 minutes, sorry, you've got 30 minutes of flying.
Oh.
I cannot summon 2 horses, can I?
Why don't we just walk with the horse? Like, it's not difficult.
Well, why have the horse then?
So the little girl can sit on it. We'll take turns who rides the horse.
Alright, sure. Yeah, okay. Well, let's do that. We return back to Yanwei just by walking.
Okay, you walking down Oswind's trail. You make your way. But it's just relatively early. You guys managed to set off at around the time the sun is rising. After your little scuffle in the clearing. Walking for the majority of the day was seemingly no issue. There is one thing that does happen though. As you kind of turning the corner and approaching where Yanwei is in sight in the distance, you kind of run into this guy with a cart. He's around 29 years old.
Just a second. Before we do that, can I give Mordok the new sword? Because his old one got taken away?
You're given the sword that you took.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Is that dumb?
No, if you want it, Murdoch. It's a 2-handed sword, so you won't be proficient in it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that, alright? Sorry. If he can't use it, I guess.
Well, Marduk kind of looks at the sword and says, I think it's too big for me. I'll stick with my daggers for now.
Okay.
I do have 2 daggers, by the way, Chen.
How much damage would the sword do anyway? Can I even use this sword?
Just for a little bit of clarity, because I was having a little doodle the other day. It looks a little something like that.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat.
Nice. And it talks. Well, take good care of it.
Anyway, meet this guy. Does he talk to us? I mean, is this the first guy we met on the road?
Now you passed a couple of people, and no one's really stopped to talk to you. This guy kind of bumps into you. Ah, adventurers.
Yes? Hello?
Yes.
I don't suppose I could interest you in any of my fine wares.
What are your fine wares?
Well, I have a multitude of things. What do you need? I have weapons, armor, trinkets, games.
Do you buy stuff? Do you know things about swords?
I know a good deal when I see one.
Do you know anything about this sword? I show him this sword.
I'll just represent it to the next.
He looks at it.
Makes sense tutorial.
He looks at it, and he raises an eyebrow and looks back at you. This doesn't look like it's in the finest condition.
That's all you can say about it?
Marduk tries to warn Toriel about scammers.
Well,
Are you like whispering it to?
Yeah.
Make a stealth check. Because it's like essentially with disadvantage because this guy is
Wait,
tutorial.
Wait, hold on. Not with whisper, but with fuck, I forgot the name of the freaking spell. Give me a second.
Message. Kind of
mind message? Telepathic message? Something along those lines?
Pretty sure
It's the one I always use.
It's the one Tiffany uses. Why don't you ask her?
Tiffany, what's the name of that spell?
That spell.
It's called message.
Yeah.
Just
The
message.
spell is called message.
Just message. All right.
I can't remember if it's magic message or just his message.
No, there's
online.
something else, like dream or something.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. I'll whisper it.
Okay, make a stealth check disadvantage.
I mean, that's actually a person you probably don't have to care about.
Wait, why did I link the website?
Also, Toriel, yeah, you get in your mind. And what exactly are you doing?
Can I respond in my mind?
You can try.
I want to know what you are.
It doesn't say anything.
I'll put it back.
That's 14.
14? Yeah, makes it.
Toriel, this guy might be a scammer. Be careful.
Okay. I showed him the sword to see if he knows anything. Gets warned about scammer. Okay. Sir, is this a sword? Have you seen this sword? No. Watch out, he's a scammer! Okay.
Anyway, yeah,
Ah.
after Murloc does it, you hear that thing in your head.
Cool. I'll put it back. I'll say to Marduk, you could buy another sword.
Oh yes. Enough of the antiques, shall we say? It's a very interesting sword, but it's not my,
Area of expertise.
shall we say? However, I do have a variety of swords which you may be interested in.
Sure, show us.
He walks onto the side of his cart. He pulls a lever, and the entire side just like flings upwards and opens up, and there's just like a rack of armor and swords and various like magic objects placed on like little presentation pedestals in the side of this mount.
That's neat.
He walks over to the part where his weapons are. There's about 4 swords, 1 long sword and 3 short swords. They look relatively. Actually, Monarch,
Yeah?
make a. You're looking at the swords, right? Yes. Everyone who wants to look at these swords, make a perception.
That's a 20.
Do I think? Anyone else?
18.
You guys feel that Garth is still with us somehow?
Yeah,
not-
weirdly. Weirdly.
Yeah, I just felt like something really dumb happened.
Yeah, so you know it must be Garth.
Monarch,
To the toilet.
Yeah?
one of the short swords and the long sword are Trymirian Legion weapons, and you know that anyone could only have gotten these through either the black market or stealing them themselves. The short sword looks like shit. One of the short swords looks like shit, sorry. And the last remaining short sword, it looks to be of fair quality.
What do I see?
Well, what's the last one? Sorry?
Fair quality.
Fair quality, it's pretty decent.
I kind of like confront him about the Legion ones.
Can I, Jen, what do I see?
You see the same thing, except for you don't know that those swords belong to the Legion.
Yeah, but do these 2 swords look good?
Yeah, one of them. All the swords look good. But the long sword and one of the short swords, it looks as if they're made by the same blacksmith. One of the short swords looks really shabby, and the other short sword looks pretty finely made, finely crafted.
Okay.
Chen, can I confront him about the Legion weapons?
You can do whatever you want.
And like, these looks like these 2 look like Legion weapons. Where did you get them?
I travel many places in my ventures.
You mean that's you're a thief?
Well, nothing of the sort.
Ooh.
Well, the only way you can get these swords, either you buy them from a thief or you stole them from a dead. Or you stole them yourself.
Well, these accusations have no founding, so
I don't really care, I just was interested. How much for that one? And I point for the fair looking one.
Oh, that's what. Yes, it's a very finely made sword, as you see here. Sharp blade, well weighted. I'll sell you this one for 700 gold.
For a
You know, because
That has to be the best sword ever. For 700 gold.
well, I happen to be in the market for a sword right now, but this looks very. I don't know, not very special. I'll give you 500 for it.
I'll take it. He hands you the sword.
Sweet.
Are you mad?
Mark off 500 gold.
Are you mad?
Shut up, Soriel.
Well, he's the one warning about scammers. He's got to know what he's doing.
I am starting to think that Garth wasn't the idiot of the group.
You take the sword. It is well weighted. It looks very sharp. Doesn't appear to be magical in any regard. But a very nice sword. And can I interest anybody else in anything?
Well, what else do you have?
Well, we
Armor?
have.
Armor, only the finest adventurers of your quality.
Yeah. Any plate?
Plate is very difficult to find. Unfortunately, no, we don't. I do have some finer chainmail than the swill you're wearing, however.
Better chainmail than this?
Yes.
Chen, can I try? Okay, never mind. I'll tell you later.
Okay, yeah, I guess you can show me.
He walks up. He shows you some chainmail. I'll take a roll from earlier. It does look like good quality chainmail. It doesn't appear to be special in any way, shape, or form.
Better than what I already have?
Can't really tell. It looks about the same.
Well, and how much would that chainmail be?
Well, seeming as your friend has already been such a good patron, I could do this for 500 gold.
Didn't I just pay for the chainmail I have? What did I pay for that? 200 gold, maybe? Yeah, I think that's way. That's just Torio thinking. I think 500 goes to my. No, I don't. And I think I'm fine with mine.
Well, suit yourself. And you, my lady, and he looks over to you, Tiffany.
I'm not really interested.
You sure? Anything for your daughter?
Does the girl look elfish in any way?
No. She looks nothing like Tiffany at all.
Now, do you sell potions or anything like that, or is it just weapons?
Oh, I do. I happen to have some potions, in fact. And he reaches back through a couple of like hanging adornments of the stand. He pulls out 2 potions.
What do they do?
Well, this is a potion of haste, and this is a potion of greater healing.
How much for the greater healing?
For someone as lovely as yourself, I could do 1,700 gold.
Okay, how big is it?
You've seen potions of greater healing before. It's definitely a potion of greater healing. It's no larger than normal.
Is there any way we could do it any cheaper, or is that the price you're gonna go?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, I'm proficient in persuasion. Just have to clarify that.
Marduk is.
16.
16. Well, I suppose I could do 1,300 for someone as lovely as yourself. But no lower.
1,300, that's fine, yeah. So I take the potion.
And he takes a gold.
And then we continue to Yonway, unless this was Chris' character, which I highly doubt.
Well, it was a pleasure doing business with all of you. I wish you the best in your endeavors.
How much was it, Chen? 1,300.
1,300. He pulls the lever again, and the side of the store closes. He pulls out a lollipop from his pocket, hands it to the little girl.
She just doesn't know where she's looking because she's black. Oh wait, no, she can't see. She's mute.
Oh my god!
I just had a moment of him like shoving it in her face and her looking at nothing.
She kind of looks at him and then looks at you, Tiffany.
Can I make a perception check to see it's not like dangerous?
It looks just like a normal lollipop.
But is it a normal lollipop?
You can make a perception if you'd like.
19.
19. It's the most normal lollipop you've ever seen.
Alright, okay. I nod at her. Like, go on, it's fine.
She smiles. She takes it from him. She holds it with like 2 hands with her bear kind of like snuggled under her arm. He gets back on his cart and begins to ride off.
And then we continue to your way.
You guys continue further down the road. It's getting to about late afternoon, early evening at this point. But you're beginning to approach the outsides of Yanwei. So there's an increase of traffic as you get closer to the city. People's carts coming in and out again. It's mostly the same environment as when you left.
And then we enter. The Trymirian Legion is basically the police, right?
No, here it's the Order of Shaltir.
Each town has its own guard, like town's guard. But the Trymirian Legion and the Order of Shaltir have presence in most cities.
Or where would one go to basically go to the police?
You have a choice of 3 places to go. You can go to Legion Barracks, you can go to a town hall, or a guard barracks.
I see the town
or you can go
hall.
to
Yeah,
Order
town
of
hall.
Shaltir.
Because maybe there'll be nice people there who are like, we're not going to take a child! So let's go to town hall.
Oh, look. You make your way across the city. You ask a few people here and there about the locations of various structures. You find yourself in front of town hall. It's a very large building with various columns, pillars, if you will, outside the front of it. Very large windows which span either side of this door. Isn't too big. It's about a 7-foot doorway made of oak, possibly, with cast iron bolts. Doors are closed.
Knock.
Yes.
Come in.
Open. Handle.
Handle. Do a little dance. Password.
The door swings open.
Go
and
in
You're,
through the door frame.
and you're confronted with this large hall. There appears to be a door in the back.
Oh, we beat Trymir. It's the final boss beat.
Windows of the outside of establishment seem to shine into this room, which is just literally a large box. Towards the opposite center of the room, there's a table. Adorned on each side of the walls, there are benches, very long benches. And behind that desk is a door. In front of that door, but behind the desk, is a human gentleman who's just kind of rifling through some papers, noting things down.
I
Does there appear
approach
to be
him.
anyone else in here at the moment?
I approach the gentleman.
Okay, and
Hello?
send them an order of
Hello?
information.
Excuse me.
Yes.
You're gonna say Victoria,
He
you're just gonna
looks
say
up from his papers.
Tiffany, keep talking.
Am I gonna have to say something?
Yeah.
You said excuse me?
He didn't listen to you, so you go ahead now.
Well, if you have nothing of interest to say, I am quite busy.
So, is there anywhere we can hand in a lost child? We were travelling on the road and came across a cottage inside the cottage, it looks like something killed this little girl's father. And on the way here, we were ambushed by the creatures that probably killed the little girl's father. Is there any way we can hand her into maybe an adoption place, find out if she has any relatives here?
Whereabouts was this?
About a day's travel on a farm from.
It was about 2 hours away, wasn't it?
It was about a day's travel from in the south.
It wasn't.
of
We only
Yanwei.
The day's travel south.
Was it? I thought it was only 2 hours.
It was a day, right, Jen?
It was about it, yeah.
Are you sure? Because we left just out. You went, where are we gonna sleep? You went, oh, just outside of town.
Yeah, you guys slept outside of town and you travelled for a day.
Mm,
Then you slept again.
okay. So, yeah.
So he moves to his side. He pulls out one of his drawers, which seems to extend a lot further than the desk appeared deep. He pulls out a few files and begins to like rifle through them. I have 2 farms matching the description. However, none of them have a registered child.
Maybe adopted child?
Unless I've been kept out of the loop, I highly doubt it. I'm very thorough.
Well,
Is there any adoption centers around here or anything like that the little girl could go to?
There are no orphanages in Yanwei, no.
Anyone who could take her in? Relatives she has here?
Does she have a name?
She cannot speak. She's mute. I don't know if she can write or...
you can telepathically ask her what her name is. Oh no,
I
wait.
don't think she could speak her name.
He kind of peers over his desk and looks towards the little girl who's now kind of like hiding behind you. You could always try the temples.
Are they fond of taking in children?
They have been known to, yes.
Well, we can go there. Oh, come on, guys. We'll go to the temples and see what they have to say.
It's about evening, right?
Yeah.
So why don't I make
before you guys leave? Yes. Was this a farm of livestock or crops?
I don't remember it being a farm. I just remember coming
It
across
was
the
livestock, right, Jen? There were sheep and stuff.
These papers.
There was sheep, yes.
Thank you for the information. He begins to note something down. He puts a piece of paper to the side that he's written on. He goes back to doing what he was before as he puts away the files. And
Can I also describe the guy, the murderer, the dude we let get away? You know,
Yeah, sure.
that'd be important.
I'm sorry, you say what?
I described to him the guy that we pretty sure killed the family.
And you say he was the murderer?
Yes.
Description seems vaguely familiar. Nothing comes to mind at the moment. I'll note it. Is there anything else?
No, that's
No.
all.
Thank you for
I
your
mean,
time.
do you guys want to take a long rest before we go to the temple? Because we're all pretty much worse for wear here.
No, you guys already took a long rest. You've got your stuff.
Yes.
I am the only one that took damage. And here's my plan. I rent us a room, I take a short rest with the long sword, the sword, whatever, while you deal with the child, and then we take a long rest, and then we go again to save Garth.
Yes. Or the little girl could become my apprentice and I'll teach her magic.
She'd,
Or Chen can do that.
she'd die in every fight.
We could teach her how to be... Oh my god. Yes. It's like the Sorcerer's Apprentice, but a wizard. The Wizard's Apprentice. How old is the child?
Isn't she 8?
She's about 8, 9.
Ah, I could teach her so many things.
Tiffany, I think that the lands are
10.
too dangerous to wander them with a child.
I'm gonna. Do I have any paper on me? 1 second.
Anyway, I'll be waiting at the Gorgon Inn. That's a place that
Okay.
exists, right, Jen?
It is.
It is?
It's called the Gorgon.
Golden?
The Gorgon.
Yeah, the Gorgon. That's what I said. Well then, I'll make my way there.
Okay, Toriel makes way towards Gorgon and rents a room.
I rent... How many people were 3 people at these days? So 2 rooms?
As you get to the inn door... Actually, what's everyone else doing?
Probably the temples will probably be shut, wouldn't they?
This time, you're not entirely sure. So around that time, they could be. They might still be open. Who knows?
I mean, you... Not done her trying, does it? What's Mordok doing?
Nothing at the moment.
Okay, blankly stares into distance as everyone leaves him.
Okay, yeah, Murdoch just stands in the center of this room while everyone else walks out. The guy who's behind his desk kind of just like glances up for a second, and then he looks down, and he looks back up, and like, "Can I help you with something?"
Oh, where did my friends go?
I don't know.
I guess you can't help me with anything. He just steps outside.
Okay. Guy goes back to doing what he's doing in the paper.
So, what I've just decided to do is I use the rest of the pebbles in my bag and I transmute like this little pendant thing. I've got I use 2 stones, one for the pebble and one for the chain.
Mm-hmm.
And I make the little girl this necklace in case she ever wants to see me again. It's got my name on it, and it's got my city's emblem at the bottom.
She takes it from you, and she looks up at you with like expectant eyes.
Ah! I'm gonna tell her that we're gonna be okay. And if she ever wishes to visit me when I'm older, just show the gods this. Ah! Okay, we're gonna go see if the temples are open. If not, we'll go to join Toriel in the hotel.
She kind of gives you a quizzical look, but follows you wherever you're walking.
So,
So sad!
so I rented 2 rooms, right? Or do we still need to do that? Oh, hello. Oh, I like 2 rooms. Alright, 25 gold. Oh, alright. Eating included.
We're gonna take a short break, Toriel.
Yeah, I need the toilet.
Okay.
Everyone relieve yourselves, get your drinks.